Oh my goodness, you actually have puppies. That is so
Puppies, yes.
So wait, they're going to different homes now?
Yeah, tomorrow they're all starting to head out, and that's gonna be hard on them because they've all just been together. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember I got two of my dogs from breeders and we rescued the third, but I remember taking my first we got the first pick on my first dog of the litter because we put our deposit down first. And I remember taking Riker away from all the other puppies and just feeling like the biggest jerk.
right,
Like, oh,
right.
I'm so sorry, I'm taking you from your family.
I know it's like I'm excited that they all get new homes, but I'll cry like a baby every time because it's like I'm
Yeah.
gonna miss them so much.
What kind of dogs are they?
Pit bulls.
Okay, I was say they look like pitties. Yeah, they're cute.
Yep, they're pretty.
I
Oh.
miss my pitties.
Did you have
Uh,
pitties?
Oh yeah, we had them for years when our kids were little.
you want one of these? The big ones drive me crazy.
I have two other ones now, and I still call him a pup. He's a year and a half, but oh my gosh, he's driving me crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
Oh,
My
glad when he's
10-year-old
through
is
with
still
the.
my puppy. I
I
call
had
him
a
man.
I had a Chiweenie. She was half dachshund, half Chihuahua,
Oh my God.
and
Oh wow.
yeah, she was older than them, and she kept them in line. She thought she was a Rottweiler.
Those little dogs, man, they've got something to prove. Like, I
They
don't think
do.
there's any.
They have attitude.
Yes, they
She's
do.
11.
Hey, Garrett's here.
That's last fall.
Hey, question for anybody out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, is anybody else using a phone? But for some reason, mine is saying that it's recording it. I have no idea how to shut this damn thing off.
Oh, really?
No, I don't zoom
Shut you
via
down,
phone.
Garrett.
I
Oh, that's
I'm
funny.
sitting here and I'm trying to figure this out, and I am a little lost here.
Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I noticed you popped on and then you disappeared and then you came back. Maybe it was a Zoom glitch or
Well,
something.
yeah, no, I left to try and stop this, and then I came back on, and it says it's doing it again. So I'm like, I don't know what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
You mean
Anyhow,
recording it?
say what?
Are you talking about being recorded?
Yeah, that I was. Am I doing it, or is
Oh.
somebody else?
No, I
Hey,
did.
doing
I
it.
had
The
just
Oh, okay.
I did it
Okay.
just once.
I
You're
was
good.
like, I don't know how to shut this off.
Oh no, you're totally fine. I've had a lot of people asking if I would record the Coffee with Katie so they could watch it later. So I just upload it to my YouTube channel so people can watch it if they want, if that's okay.
Katie, the first book of
Okay,
yours
yeah,
I
no,
read
that's
was
fine. I
Miss
thought I
Mabel.
was doing it.
No, you're fine, Garrett. I appreciate you checking. Sorry, what were you saying, Debbie?
The first book of yours that I read was Miss Mabel's.
Oh,
Ah.
good. That's a good starting point. I'm so glad. Louise, you're looking awesome in that shirt.
You got
Yeah,
a new shirt.
I've got away with it today.
All
Oh,
right.
good.
I love seeing it. It looks awesome. That's such a great statement too, right?
Thanks again, by the way.
So good.
Like, seriously, thanks.
So fun. Debbie, if you don't know that the shirt that Louise is wearing, that quote is taken from one of my latest launches. She got that in one of
nice.
my book releases, and it just she's in Wales, so like had to go all the way
Wow,
over to her. Anyway, well, everyone, welcome. It's so fun to see you all. I'm sorry there wasn't the usual reminder that goes out on Facebook. I think it must not have been scheduled this week, but I'll make sure it gets scheduled. We're also doing a book club tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So I'm sorry, Louise, that might be a bit too late for you. I'll record it so you can watch it if you want, to discuss Rise of the Demigods. So Debbie, that's my latest book launch. It's Bianca book 6. So you've read Bianca book number 1. But when I wrote the books, what happened is I wrote the network series, which you started, Debbie, and then I went back in time 100 years and wrote the Dragon Master trilogy, and then I came back forward in time, and I
Oh, you're being
finished.
Star Wars now.
Yes, exactly. I Star Warsed the sucker. So now I have the Network Saga, which is the next series of 4 Bianca books.
Cool.
So
Can't wait to dig in.
I'm actively publishing in that one now. So that's the time warp that this requires.
Well, luckily I saved one of the previous reminders, and so I could get on this one. I was like, I missed, so I got to get on Friday.
I'm so glad you did. Yeah, we have people show up pretty much every week, and we're just all fast friends now. And then we love it when people come in. Louise, what's your question?
Just for comparison, what's the time for you right now?
It is 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock, and you're doing it at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 5 p.m. for me. So if you add 9 to that, that becomes,
Like
I think that's
2.
like 2 a.m. for me.
Yeah.
But it's a Friday night, so I'm not doing anything tomorrow. So it depends how I feel tonight.
Yeah. Well, we'd love to have you. Or you can always just email me anything you want to discuss and I can kind of get something going so you can watch it later too. So
Or you can be like Layla, you know.
That's
Pull
what I was
a Lila.
thinking with it being a Friday night.
pull a Lila and just show up at 2 in the morning outside on the beach. So Debbie, we have this reader, Lila. She's in Australia and it's 2 o'clock in the morning for her right now. So but she
Right.
still comes because she doesn't want to miss it. So she has this like red light and she's out by her chicken coop on the beach in Australia. And there's like bugs hitting her face. She's
Oh,
so hardcore. It's amazing. So I started doing an evening edition of Coffee with Katie that was like noon Lila's time. So my people in Australia and that work during the day right now could come in the evening. So that's why
that's nice.
that's why I did the book chat at 7 o'clock on a Friday night because I thought that would probably hit the most people. Although I've had some people, other people, Louise in the UK, that are reaching out saying that, you know, that all the times don't work for them. So I'm trying to, there's a balance, right?
To be very accommodating. So you just spend all day on Zoom.
Yeah, well, you know, I would actually love that, frankly. Just chat with my readers all day. But, you know, so maybe once a month I can hit a better time frame for my readers in the UK because the UK is all the same time zone, right, Louise? Yeah, that's helpful. I'm not trying to figure out like Scotland and East England and, you know.
We're tiny.
Tiny but lovable. I love it over there. Anyway, yeah, so if you have anything you want to discuss, do let me know. I expect the debate to get pretty hot on something.
Tonight.
For sure. And I actually think the t-shirts are up. I haven't checked, but if they are, I'm gonna share those tonight so people can start buying. Anyway,
Look,
and
we can see.
then Garrett, interesting to you is I have figured out, I'm gonna show you guys so you can see it. It's pretty cool. Do you see all those post-it notes right there?
Nope.
Those are all upcoming audiobooks.
Oh,
I figured out what I'm gonna do. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 books audiobooks to narrate that will catch us up. So my entire back catalog is totally caught up. So what I'm gonna do is launch an audiobook every 2 weeks. So
cool.
the first of them,
Holy
first month,
smokes.
yeah, but it's actually not that bad because some of these are short, some are long, some are short. But the ones at the beginning of the month will be the new books. So Debbie, I'm launching a new book every first Friday of the month through the end of the year. Some of them are novellas, some are full novels, so it kind of goes between depending on what readers are asking for. But the audiobook at the beginning of the month will be the new novel or novella that's coming out, and then the second Friday of the month will be one of the back ones. So this month is Chronicles of the Dragon Masters. Next month will be the Isadora interviews.
Oh, good.
That will be Water and Light. I just finished the Isadora interviews yesterday. It's like 2 hours. No, it was 1 hour and 59 minutes and 52 seconds. And I was like twitchy. Like I just need to like make up 8 seconds somewhere. So it's exactly 2 hours. Oh, it drove me batty. I was so upset. Anyway, so that puts us all the way through. And then I'm going to put out an email because I also write in romance. I think you guys know that. And I have 8 romance novels that haven't been turned into audiobooks. I've been hearing some people saying they want those. So I might end up narrating those after all the fantasy are totally done. So that's exciting for my audiobook.
Yes, it is. That's great. Just take a few extra dramatic pauses. And it'll-
You guys are like, did she die? Like, why is there like a 5-second pause here? Yeah, so it was fun doing the Isadora interviews because I got to be Camille. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say because Debbie
I
hasn't
know.
said anything yet. But it was really fun to read that one, and Michelle and Priscilla, now that we have so much more information about that. It was just a really fun revisit of old lore. So that was really fun. And then I'm recording Water and Light after Coffee with Katie today. So that'll be really awesome. So if you guys have already bought them, some people have already bought them. I will deliver them as soon as they're available to people who have pre-ordered, but I'm not announcing it to the launch teams until those specific dates because people have been getting overwhelmed with how fast I'm kicking out books. So what I'm going to do from here on out to make it easy for anyone on our launch teams is just the pre-order link for the launch team or the order link when it's ready will just land in your inbox. So you don't have to keep checking. Like the day it's ready, I'll just give you the launch team's discounted link and you buy it and then you're able to listen to it. So you don't have to pay attention to stuff. You'll just buy it when it shows up and you're good to go. If you've already pre-ordered them, you'll get them as soon as they're available, kind of thing. I feel like that was the easiest path forward, honestly.
Okay, I think I've got Prana, Isadora, and I think I've got 4 waiting on. I had to kind of start making lists because I'm thinking,
You need like a flow
or
sheet.
not.
I should get we should make like a spreadsheet online and then share it with everyone. Like, what book have you read? What audiobook have you read? What paperback have you bought?
By the way, I just checked. The shirts are there.
Okay, the Team Baxter, Team Merrick shirts are there. That's awesome. Okay, we'll have to share. I'll share that today in the group.
Yeah,
because people
they look great.
do they? Okay, good. Did they do it in colors? Did they put color
Yep,
options?
they've
Okay.
got oh wow, a bunch of them. Let's see, just
I
punch
think
that.
I told them to do V-neck and colors.
Wow.
Like a lot of women like the V-neck.
Yeah, there are quite a few colors. That's
So
cool.
Debbie, I have my cousins run an online store for like merchandising store kind of called it's Brooke and Jess. And so they run my merchandise. So I have this whole collection of like mugs and notebooks and t-shirts and that kind of stuff on their website so people can buy it as they're excited. And in upcoming Bianca books, there's a question of love interests. And so the teams have been forming. So we
kind of like a Team Edward
Merrick.
Jacob.
represent their team.
How far are you in, by the way, Debbie?
How many books have you read, Debbie?
Not very many, sorry.
No, you're fine.
No,
I have a lot on my list.
Yeah, she
I
started.
was just, I was wondering, like, where you're up to, just so I don't accidentally spoil anything.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're fine. You're
So
fine.
she's basically at Alcara Awakening. She's read Miss Mabel's, just assume.
Okay.
Some other exciting news by way of updates is I am halfway through the second draft of The Forgotten Gods, which means we're on track for my beta readers to start reading. I have a lot of projects. Hold on, let me check. Pretty soon. Yeah. By the end of the month, my beta readers are going to start reading it because they're reading Prana right now and they'll read Derek next and then they'll read The Forgotten Gods. It's so good. So I just I have these like very specific songs I listen to when Bianca's in like a fight scene and I was just jamming to them. So good. And then I had this great idea. So I had to run out to my garage and I act my fight scenes out with my husband. So I'm like, come here, I need to jump on your back.
Your aggression.
I know. So he's like in the garage. So I'm like, wait, let me jump on your back. Pretend I have a knife. And so I was like, he does jujitsu. So he's he was a wrestler in high school. He went through the military. He was a Green Beret Special Forces soldier, and now he does a lot of jujitsu fighting. So he's like the perfect person to do. He's Derek, basically. And so we were positioning where Bianca would like be holding a knife and what the demigod would do next. And anyway, so we just acted out this huge fight scene. And then I came back and was like listening to these awesome pump up songs while he wrote it. And I finished like a minute before I started and I was like, oh, I gotta calm down. I'm all pumped up from this scene. I gotta go do coffee with Katie. Like it was so
Yeah,
good.
like you need more coffee.
I know, right? Oh, there's nothing like that when you can really get into a fight scene. So I'm really excited for all of you to read The Forgotten Gods because it's such a great book. It is such a fun book. And early feedback on Prana has been really, really good from beta readers. So that's exciting too. So yeah, that's what we got going on. Hey, Andrea, welcome.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How are the mountains in Colorado treating you?
I did a big run down into the city yesterday to get paving stones to put a floor in my greenhouse this weekend because it's getting warm. Although I talked to my mom on the phone this morning in Arizona, and she was telling me how her gardens are all blooming and they're having all these beautiful, like 80-degree days at night and 60 in the mornings. And I'm thinking, our high this weekend is 61, and we think that's amazing.
we need oh shoot, who is it in Canada that like extreme
Oh.
hot is 55?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, why can I not remember her
I
name?
know, I remember.
I was just
talking
thinking about
too.
her. I just no, it's an SH, right? Is it a Sharon? No.
Oh, what is her?
Oh my gosh, that's gonna drive me batty. Anyway, that's every time people talk about weather, I think about think about her.
Yeah, that
But-
fit when she said that high was 55 and she says, and that's just too warm. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Is it Sherry? Anyway, it'll come to me. Her name will come to. She's gonna be watching this, laughing her face off. Anyway, yeah. Well, I'm glad that it's warming up. Sometimes those mountains take a while to spring just lingers for a while, it seems like in the Colorado mountains, at least when you're really high.
That's part of why we're up high and not in the city anymore, because it's a little cooler up here than it is down there. So
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
to me, 80 degrees should be, well, to me,
80's too hot.
84 degrees should kind of be the hottest anywhere should ever be, unless you're like next to on the beach, and then
Mhm.
maybe it could be
Sure.
warmer. But
That's such a mountain attitude. Like, like having lived in the mountains for a good deal of my life, I feel like mountain people are always saying that to me. Like, I don't want too much heat here. Like,
yes,
like we can have
my
some-
mom was teasing me. She's like, "So I guess you're gonna pull out your shorts this weekend?" And I was like, "Actually,
Yes,
we're laying paving stones. I am pulling out my shorts."
that's awesome. You're like, yeah, mom, you nailed it. Okay, bye. Be safe. Awesome. Well, does anyone have awesome news that they want to share today, or anything you want to talk about?
I just
just-
dove into Demigods, Rise of the Demigods. I've just, because I got a little waylaid with my daughter's wedding and stuff, so I'm
Come
just,
on, Andrea.
I'm like
Get it
knee deep in that
together.
book now.
What are your priorities?
Yeah, exactly. Like Kim said. How dare you go
Well,
to
I'm
your
way
daughter's
behind.
wedding? I'm just kidding. Wait, back up. How was the wedding?
It was amazing. Thank you.
Did you have a hard time? Like
Um,
saying goodbye to her? Like, I mean, maybe not goodbye, but like that's like a step, right?
yeah, they have they got together. So I've been a single mom since they were 2 and 6, and my kids, and it's my older one, my daughter, that got married, and she and Connor have actually been together. They celebrate their 9-year anniversary next month. So they were like 15 and 17. So I feel like I've raised like they've always,
Yeah.
I've always had both of them. We knew this was going to happen. So
Okay, that makes sense.
I saw her in her dress. We FaceTimed like every time she did a dress fitting. And then once she had it, she was like, "Connor's still at work. I have to put it on one more time."
Oh,
So I did fine until they did like I have to say the fake picture of like, "Oh, do you want the picture where like the mom is zipping up your daughter's wedding gown?" And she was
Yeah.
already in it. I'd already seen her. I was fine. Kate was like, "Yeah, mom, I want this picture." So we did it. Her best friend like unzipped her dress. I zipped it up. The lady took the photo. Kate turned around and I like burst into tears. That was the only time that I think it was really like, wait,
Yeah.
what is happening to me right now?
Yeah. I'm happy for her and him and you, but that is like a big momentous step. Also, I'm so excited Louise brought the cat, because whenever she emails me, she shows me pictures of this adorable cat, and it always makes my day. I see your name in my inbox, Louise, and I'm like, do we get more kitty pictures?
He's in the windowsill. He's just come in from the rain, so he's a bit damp.
What's his name again?
Hector, like Rico's what's the assistant, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Love it.
The pictures that Louise takes of Hector are amazing. He is the cutest cat ever. He's like a model. Well, Andrea, I asked that because I remember when I married my husband, granted, we honestly knew each other like 6 months. And I was like, the first time I met my husband, I was like, oh, that's the guy I'm marrying. Like, hello, there you are. And I just like, I was like, yeah, like this is the guy. And so we knew each other all of 6 months by the time we got married. And part of it was like his deployment schedule and my work schedule. I was like, I'm totally in this. Like, let's just do it. And he was too. So when my mom had to say goodbye to me, I was like moving across the country. I was this military wife now. Everything was totally different. And it did not hit me. I feel so bad about this. It didn't hit me that I was like married and moving on until I had to give my mom my truck keys because I literally like showed up in Tennessee with my bags from the airplane and I had mailed books ahead of me and my computer. Like I gave up everything, right? So, and I was fine with that because I was like, great, whole new world. I was like super adventurous, like let's go play and figure out the South of the US and that stuff. But then I had to give up my truck because she was selling it for me. And I remember I was just about to get in the car with my in-laws and my husband to drive to Colorado from Idaho. And we're like standing on the sidewalk and I had to like give her my keys. And that's when I was like, oh my gosh, what have I done? What am I doing? And I like handed it over and she looks at him and she started to cry. And I was like, ah. So that was like the moment both of us realized what was happening. And she's like, go. I was like, I have to go. Because I was like crying.
Right.
Anyway, so that was
I
like,
do,
we're
and
different
I
moments.
feel like she's a year older, so she moved from like she went from high school to CSU Fort Collins and then on to her doctorate program in Omaha, which is the one place Connor said he would never go but did. And then now they're in Arizona. So I have like moved, we've like the three of us have like done U-Haul trips everywhere.
Yeah, so you're like used to this. I just didn't even give my mom warning. I like called her and I was like, I'm gonna marry this guy. She's like, what?
Moms don't like that.
As a mother, I'm appalled. Like, my daughter did that to me. Nope, no ma'am. Anyway, Kim, you were gonna say something.
I had those moments when I took my daughter to college.
Mm.
I was like,
Yes.
she's the only girl with the boys, and so it was like, so I bawled all the way home. We
Yeah.
dropped her off,
I am
and
with
my
Kim. That was harder.
husband
Okay.
said, "Are you gonna bawl? She's fine." I said, "I know she's fine, but it's she's over there, and now I don't get to see her every day." And then it changed when my daughter served a mission for our church. Then it was my husband that was bawling his eyes out,
What
and I
was
was
the
looking at him
difference
like,
for him?
"What? We've already gone through this."
Big
Oh,
baby.
Because
Well,
my husband's a big tough guy, so
Yeah.
for him to bawl, it was like, whoa.
I was gonna say, I vaguely met your husband one time so Kim lives by my family's cabin and she stopped by one day when we were there and she was driving by and her husband, you had the horse trailer and horses.
That's right.
So her husband was like up on the road. This is my favorite story, Kim, because Janice and I talk about this all the time. So my two aunts, Janny, are best friends with Holly, who is Kim's sister. Holly is Miss Holly of Miss Holly's Candy Shop in the network series, just by the way. So anyway, so Kim stopped to see me and Debbie and Janny, and then her husband's parked up on the road with the horse trailer. And this wasn't he like, we're just gabbing, right? And he was like texting you, like, you need to go. And you were just like, whatever, and kept talking. Janice and I are like getting anxious, like, do you need to go, Kim? Like, he seems kind of upset. And you could just see he was frustrated in the car. And she's like, he's fine. And just keeps talking. And we're like, I need you to go because I'm stressed for you. Kim was like, hey, he's fine, let him wait. Meanwhile, her phone's like blowing up.
Yeah, he has no patience for that. I said, how many times have I waited for you for things? And I said, that's because you just keep talking.
Like, yeah, exactly.
We have a joke because of Janice and Debbie had come to, I think it was when my grandma passed away. And they're always so good to support Holly, Anyway, so we're there and Charles is very quiet, very, he's not an outgoing
Stoic.
person
I
at
would
all.
say stoic, right?
Yeah.
Charles
and-
is stoic, yeah.
Oh, I froze.
Janice, I think it was Janice, or maybe it was Debbie. Anyway, one of them come up and just give him a big hug and said, "We're
Debbie.
so sorry."
was
And
Debbie.
Holly's like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that."
That was Debbie. She would hug a tree, right? Like,
Holly's just like, "I can't believe
We're
she just
like
hugged
that.
Laura."
yeah, you gotta be sometimes, right, Debbie? Oh, and it's even Debbie.
We like to hug. That's what I said. We like to hug.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
a Debbie
the name,
thing.
Debbie.
That is. We like to hug.
That's awesome. Oh, well, Andrea, I'm excited for your greenhouse and your daughter, and that you started Rise of the Demigods. You'll have to let me know what you think of the narration. Garrett
Absolutely.
busted through it in like a day or something. Like he just like flew through Rise of the Demigods and went right into Vivite, right, Garrett?
Correct.
Correct.
Wow.
And I was like, that's 10 hours, Garrett. Man, do you live a life? Like, what's going on over there?
Always
He
got an
lives a life,
earbud in
right?
my ear.
That's true. Yeah. I guess if
I've
you're
got
done-
I've got my 2-year-old at home, and there's a lot of little kid shows going on. So
Oh,
I always
Come
have
on.
a book or something like that going on in my ear, because there's only so many times you can hear Baby Shark.
Yes, that is true.
Coco Melon.
Oh no, Coco Melon is horrible.
Coco Melon.
Yeah.
I mean, like if like I love my kids watching it, but hearing it, I can't do it. But Garrett, you're better than me because I can't. I get so frustrated if I'm trying to focus on the book in my ear and my children and what they're saying. Like then I have to keep pausing the book to listen to them, and so I finally am just like, I can't listen to audiobooks. My kids are around, or I'm like, nobody say a word. I'm listening to a book while we're in the car. And sometimes
Usually I have to go through a book, at least twice just to try and catch up, because it's every time you listen to a book, or I mean, I'm sure it's like that for a lot of other people with their reading. Every
Yeah.
time you reread it or re-listen to it, you always pick up something more.
true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely. I used
Um,
to read out loud to my preschool and kindergarten.
Keep going. So if I
students.
fall away, I didn't leave.
Oh, you're good, Debbie. That's totally fine.
It's been it's 35 here and been flurrying, so my weather is being messy.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, even if you get kicked out, I'll let you back in.
Where are you, Debbie?
Illinois.
Ah.
We have a lot of people in that area here. Andrew, you were saying you read out loud to your preschooler and kindergartner, right?
But yeah, I used to read, well, I don't teach I do special needs now, but when I was a preschool and kindergarten teacher, I would always read chapter books out loud. And so like when I think about Garrett saying that, I would read, and then the next day I would think about it myself, but then I would kind of think through talk through with my classroom.
Yeah.
Like, what did we read about yesterday? What did you hear in the story? And then we would start to read again.
That's a good idea. Louise, do you guys do any of that where you volunteered? Like, do you use reading as therapy for the kids that you work with where you volunteer?
Not specifically. We try to encourage them to read, but a lot of them, well, the class specifically I work with, tend to not be big readers, and
Hmm.
some of the kids in other classes do enjoy reading, but it's more a case of pupil by pupil what
Okay.
works.
Mhm.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We just
Because the
encourage
ages,
them to do.
do you mostly work with
Sorry.
teenagers, Louise? Is it teenagers or what are the ages you work with?
7 to 19, so mostly teenagers, but some
Yeah.
under as well.
Mhm.
Those are tough years, 7 to 19. Wow. That's awesome. Good for you.
Ooh.
Here's Eve. My almost 7-year-old is like at the top of his class for reading. Like he's the kid that the teacher sends all of the
Imagine.
kids to. And I was like, well, yeah, that's my fault. Like, sorry. He didn't have a chance. Like with the mom as an author. Hey Eve, welcome.
Hi everybody.
I'm so glad
Eve.
you're here. So at night, I've been trying to like make sure he loves books, so because he loves books, not because I love books. And so what I do is at night, like I let him take a flashlight to bed and he can pick any book that he wants to read until he falls asleep. And then he's a really early riser. Like he woke up at 5 o'clock today. But I won't let him out of the room until
Oh.
6. So I was like, okay, well, get your books and your flashlight. You got to go read. And so now he's like just constantly reading everything all the time and it's working. But my daughter is probably going to be a totally different story. Because she always
She
is.
she lives up to her nickname, Katie. Let's just say that.
Yes. Wait, what? A warrior princess? Oh my,
Warrior princess. Yeah.
oh my gosh, my daughter. She is 3 for sure. The 3-nager is real. I don't know if you guys have heard of that, but the 3-nager is real.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yes, Katie, it comes back when
Yeah.
they're 13, and
don't
it
think
comes
it's
back when they're
gonna-
23.
I don't think it's gonna go away. Like I just don't see this
Everyone's
trying to harness instead of control, Like I like your passion, but you can't scream at me. So let's direct it somewhere else.
Everyone talks about the terrible twos, but yeah, that's
Oh.
nothing.
You know, people talk about the terrible twos all the time, and I'm like, Psh, bring that to me every day. It's the three-nager.
It's three. It's 3. They lie to us all. It's all about like what happens when they turn 3.
Exactly.
Well, they it's the terrible twos is the warning. They just forgot to tell you that.
Yes.
If that's the
It's
2-minute
it's
warning.
the precursor.
Yes, it's the 2-minute warning
Yes.
that lasts for several years.
I think for girls,
There's
at least
4.
in my kids, I feel like my son was a
Yeah,
little bit easier
she's
at that age
attitude.
because he was really physical. Like I could take him outside and he would just run it off, right? Like he'll go climb rocks. We would hike for literally hours. Where my daughter isn't as physical as him. She doesn't necessarily want like to go run off her feelings. She wants to scream it, right? Like so I'm trying to figure out like, all right, well now it's not 5 degrees outside. You can just go scream outside. Like if that makes you feel better, just go do it outside. And my neighbor called me and he's like, hey, just checking in. I can see your daughter. Is that a tantrum or is she okay? And I was like, oh no, that's the lesson. Learning that you can't scream at mom and get to come in the house. So she's screaming outside. He's like, just want to make sure. I was like, I appreciate that. Absolutely.
Nobody's killing her, I promise.
Right. There is not a mountain lion attack, which is not that is definitely something that can happen. I was like, no, she's just learning how you act in the house. So I've told her, I'm like, being out here in the house with us is something you have to earn. And when you scream, you don't get it. So you can go outside or go in your room. And now she's starting to figure it out. So pretty soon she's just gonna start screaming outside. She's gonna go outside and start screaming like a banshee.
Yeah, you'll be looking at her and she'll just go,
Yep, gotta go.
and I'm out.
Eve,
I'm
how
out.
have you been?
My granddaughter.
I've been doing really well. It's like all of a sudden my life got busy again. And so I'm like, and when and being in the past 2 years, keeping track of days has been a challenge.
Yes.
So now that I'm getting busy, I'm going, okay, what day am I on? And what does my calendar say? And did I even remember to put it on there? So, and I get a text every so often and said, are you still doing this? And I'm going, what am I doing?
You're like, I need someone to come run my life, please.
You know, who thought I might need a secretary at this age?
That's wonderful. That sounds like a wonderful problem to have.
Well, it's keeping me up and running and happy and
Good.
and then when I get my downtime, I go back and find where's my book.
Yes, as it should be.
Exactly.
That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Were you saying?
But
Oh.
talking about the kids at the age where I had a boy-girl twins
Oh,
and an
you.
older boy
Oh.
that was a couple of years older. So the twins were a lot easier because they occupied each other's time.
Okay.
Mhm.
But I always knew when one slipped outside because the other one was hanging onto my leg.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. If they can't be connected to the other one, they'll find
Be
me.
connected to you.
And now that they're adults and have their own families and stuff, they're not a lot different.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said it was boy-girl twin, right?
Yeah.
oh,
Do you
wow.
feel like there was a difference like between girl twin and boy twin?
Oh yeah. It was odd. I went a month and a half overdue with them. And the boy
sorry,
was supposed
what?
to, yeah.
Oh, I thought
And-
the
and,
3 weeks was
yeah.
bad.
Oh yeah. The boy was supposed to come first. And there's this old joke about having twins that they're inside and they're like, no, you go first. No, you go first. Well, my daughter said, screw it. Somebody let me out of here. And so I had an emergency C-section and they had to get her out to see if she was okay. And he has been so angry with her all of his life. And she said, all you had to do was get out. And he said, I was comfortable. And
Oh,
to
gosh.
this day, his life is very much like that. As long as things aren't ruffling him around, he's perfectly okay where he is.
That's
And
funny.
she's like, I'm going to change this world. And
Yeah, I
and
kind
they
of
have.
wondered. Girls seem to do that.
Yeah.
Girls have ideas.
Yep.
Although that whole
Well, and the
month
thing-
and a half thing, like I'd be with Louise on that one. Like I'd have a baby cat instead of a.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, and the woman
Yeah.
in the
As that
hospital, the
Sorry, baby.
woman who was next to me, she started and she goes, "Are they bringing different babies to you?" And I said, "Yeah, and so she said, "Well, how much did yours weigh?" And I said, 7'11" and 7'6". No, 6'11", 7'6". And she goes, "Mine weighed 6'8".
Yeah. That's
And
big for twins.
yeah, but
Wow.
my daughter took control of her brother, having been born first, and
Imagine that.
she literally was his teacher. And a lot of people didn't think he talked until he was 5, because she did all
Did
the
it for
talking.
him.
Yeah.
They sound like pretty epic kids. For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and I survived them.
Yes, you did, Eve. Yes, you did, and beautifully. Catherine, it's good to see you. Welcome. I'm glad you hopped on.
I'm
Yay.
finally here, and I'm so glad that you come in too. We're
I
getting
know.
a little group here now.
It's so fun to see her. I know. And this is Debbie's first time, so we're super happy to have her. She's read Miss Mabel's. So we haven't done a lot of book talk today anyway. But for those of you that joined since the last time I said this, we're doing a Rise of the Demigods basically book club tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. If you want to hop back on the same link, I have an email going out probably in the next hour or two, just as a reminder so people can see. And that way, if you guys have wanted to talk about Rise of the Demigods, you can do so without like spoilers. Like the whole thing will be spoilers, right? So, on Coffee with Katie, we try to like hold the spoilers back because everyone's at different spots in Alcara, but there it's full on. Like you get to go whatever team you're on and however it works. So that's tonight, same link at 7 o'clock Mountain, just so you guys know.
Okay, so Debbie and I can't do that one
No,
because we can't hear all those spoilers because I'm like 5 chapters in.
It's so good. You really don't want to spoil it. You really
No,
don't.
No.
No, it's, yeah, you won't want to,
It's
yeah,
so
don't
good.
jump on.
no,
And
sorry.
we can always do it again later too if I get enough interest. If people are like, yeah, I want to do another one, or we can start. I thought about starting doing these more regularly, like having a monthly book club. We could either do Alcara books or other books too that people read outside of it. If you wanted to do like set up a monthly scheduled book club, that would be really fun if anyone's interested.
Yeah.
Louise is nodding her head. Yep.
Oh, Katie, you just have so much time.
Well, actually, this is one that I would ask like someone to take and like schedule, and I would join, but I wouldn't drive this one. This would be one that some of you kind of, maybe there's like 5 of you that kind of decide and then take turns running it on my Zoom link or something, you know. So I could join, but I couldn't drive this one just because I have to write your books.
That was my worry.
Yes.
Like, you have to keep writing.
Never. The writing is never compromised. I mean, I wake up at 4 in the morning.
You have to do your audibles.
Yes, and then the narrating. The narrating is actually super easy. The Isadora interviews, I just finished narrating. Oh, Andrea, I don't think you were on the call, but the Isadora interviews is all narrated, and I'm just proofing it now so that it can go. And then probably today and tomorrow, I'm going to finish Water and Light, and then we'll be moving into the High Priestess after that. So within a week, the next 2 will be done. I'll be able to do Piranha shortly after that. So a lot of what I'm doing, the backlog, are short stories. So I can go into my closet, do it all at once, and come back out. It's the novels that take a long time. Like the High Priestess will take longer because I have to figure out all their voices. But like the Forgotten Gods won't be as hard because I already know all the voices. Well, I kind of have to figure out Alasian accents. But you know, so it just depends on the book. It's just really fun to act it all out. I like whacked the microphone the other day. I was like talking with my hands. Whacked it. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so that's really exciting. So yeah, so nothing compromises the writing that we do. I wake up at 4 in the morning some days, to get 3 hours of writing in before my kids wake up so that I can get it in first, and then I do business stuff after. So if I'm ever delayed on emails to you or swag or something else, it's because I was probably writing.
We'll excuse you.
I know you guys are so giving that way. Like I still haven't mailed Kim her sword. But
Oh,
it's great.
wow.
I'm doing that today. I was like,
Oh,
I
good.
will
I've been telling everyone, you want to see this cool sword? I had to I sent pictures to Holly yesterday.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. You know, it was interesting because the 3 winners were actually the people that had the most entrants. Like, I feel like that doesn't always happen. Like the 3 of you were just inundating me with emails and how you were like earning tickets. So it was so cool. And then when we did the my brother-in-law has some coding that he did on this Excel spreadsheet to generate like the random selections and stuff. So it was totally unbiased and the computer picked the names. It was the 3 of you. And I was like, oh, well, they worked the hardest. Like, I mean, facts, right? Science. Like it works out that way. But I have some really cool swag coming up. But if people really want it, we can do the Vivit swords again. So Debbie, you are going to meet Bianca's sword in Alcara Awakening, the next book. And so we did this for our last launch. One of the swag they could win was this letter opener that's a sword.
Nice.
Yeah, so they could earn it. Anyway, but you're gonna meet Vivit soon in the next book.
Hey,
I just
Katie,
finished
because-
the audio of Flame yesterday.
Oh, Stephanie or Fiona? Her name is Stephanie, the narrator for the Dragon Master trilogy. Her name is Stephanie, but I think her fantasy is under Fiona Dexter.
Oh,
Remember? But anyway, Stephanie does so good. I love her audiobook.
yeah, she did a good job. It's been so many years ago that I read the book not that I didn't remember it, but
Oh yeah, no, it's true.
it was
I'm just about to listen to Freedom because I'm starting to, and Mildred Resistance because I'm starting to generate the plots for Izza and Max and Mildred. And
oh
Max.
Mhm.
So good. Anyway, there was another question that popped up. Who was that? Anyone? Okay, Catherine.
Because I know we like passed it, but because I'm still like in mom glow right now. I'm changing I just didn't want to like be super distracting, but we'll see if this will change my profile picture because this is my daughter's
Oh,
wedding,
how
but it also had
sweet.
like, I'm like, this is what it might look like if it snowed in one of your books.
Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
that is cool.
Oh, she looks so beautiful.
We got there and I was like, oh my gosh, they have a turret. They have several turrets.
Yes,
That's beautiful.
that is amazing. Catherine, I was just gonna ask how you're doing. What's going on for you? It's been a little while.
Oh, well,
You're a busy woman.
life is crazy. Life is crazy. I have this stack that you cannot see over here. And then I have a stack of books that you cannot see over here. But one of the exciting things I did this week. So here's this one stack, but it's because I was on Mark Miller's launch team.
Mark Miller. What else has he
Mark
written?
Mi- He's done a ton of books. He is the vice president of high performance leadership at Chick-fil-A. And he has written, he's got over 1 million copies in print in 25 languages. He's got some really great books out there. And I got to interview him for an hour on Wednesday.
Oh my
So
gosh.
these were up here, you know how you do, so that there's a display in the view. And so that was an exciting thing. But I haven't done all the post-production stuff on it so that I could get it put up on the YouTube channel. And I had like 4 events like that this week, not the same caliber, but just that kind of thing. So it's been really hectic. And so what you see over here is my hidden pile of things that I'm having to work on. So that's why I'm like peeling labels off of YouTube, off of Prime things.
Yeah.
Putting them in a shred stack. So I could do that while I listen and not disrupt you by putting it on you.
Yeah, no, you're
Letting-
really good.
but hear people in adult conversation and having fun and not worry that I'm disrupting it.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm glad you joined. It's almost like being in a coffee shop.
It is. It's, you know what? I put it on my calendar because it's a really fun, it's not just diversion, it's like-minded people who enjoy having a good time with each other and share interesting things or
Yeah.
silly things. And it's totally okay whether it doesn't have to be cerebral, it can be just really ridiculous, and it's all good, right? This is a great group for that.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. That's absolutely what I want. It's more like a
No,
family
come on.
almost, right? Like everyone is starting to pop in at the same time and take care of each other and chat. It's
I'm
amazing.
kind of surprised we haven't seen Andy today.
I know. I don't know what's going on. She emailed me. You know what I need to do? I just need to give you guys on Telegram. Do you guys know what Telegram is?
No.
No.
Please, thank you. I'm so glad you do. I'm like, someone needs to know Telegram. It's like Facebook
Messaging
Messenger.
service.
It's a messenger service, yeah. So, but like you can join with your phone or your computer. So I run my company off it, so I don't have to text my VAs. I can just message them on the computer. But you can like video chat with it. But you can also have a channel. So I could pull everyone into a channel and you could kind of message like, why weren't you on Coffee with Katie today?
I did send a little message I did send a message to Andy and said, "Are you jumping on?" But I haven't heard back. So,
Well, Sushmita just popped in.
oh,
So
she
glad
did.
to see you, Sushmita.
Hi everyone.
So
I'm
those of-
on spring break at this place called Lake Chelan.
Ooh. Are you in Washington?
It's in Washington. It's a huge lake. It was like a 3-4 hour drive to get here.
Amazing.
And we're staying in a really nice resort. We're surrounded by mountains and lakes. It's so beautiful.
That's
here.
a bummer. It's a real bummer, Sushmita.
And it's interesting because we got here, we were supposed to head back Saturday, but now it's supposed to be snowing in the passes. So we might extend our stay another day.
Darn it.
Winter advisory, like gusts of wind. We've never driven in snow through mountains, so we don't
Oh,
want
don't do it. Do not do it, Sushmita. As
Yeah.
someone that lives in snowy mountains, save yourself. Don't, and everyone else. Like the worst
Yeah.
thing you can do if you're not used to driving in snow is to drive in snow in mountains. Like, it's different.
Yeah, my husband doesn't want to risk it. He said it's gusts of 25 miles per hour. I don't want to go careening off a mountain or
No,
something.
don't. As a person that lives in the mountains, also don't do it. Just stay put.
Yes.
Enjoy for another day.
Okay. We'll just have an extended vacation then. Till it's-
Bummer. So those of you that follow my romance, Sushmita and I met on a call this week and chatted about Vikram and a whole bunch of stuff in the book and what's going on. Sushmita, I have a date with my sister to go to this Indian restaurant to try their dosas. Anyway,
Yes.
so
You'll love
Vikram, it's my latest romance. It's my latest and potentially my final romance release for a while. Vikram is a character. So Sushmita and I have been talking about how I can like bring in the South Indian culture to the book and make it feel really real and fun and immersive. And so now I'm like craving Indian food. She was like giving me all the lowdown and all. Oh, so now I have a date with my sister that's visiting to go get Indian food together. But because of Sushmita, Protect Me, which is the name of the book, is moving forward much, much faster now because I was kind of gridlocked by some stuff. But now I moved it forward. I think I did like 10,000 words editing this week. Anyway, so I don't have a final date for that, but it's going to be launching soon. And then we're going to start kind of merging romance into the Final Fantasy brand over the next couple months. I haven't mapped out what that'll look like, but Sushmita is the one. So basically I'm pretending like Sushmita is Vikram's sister. And I'm like, well, tell me what it was like when you grew up and we'll just do that.
I mean, if you have a date at an Indian restaurant with your sister, you can get like a big plate, South Indian plate, and it'll have a little of everything. You can
That's what
just
we're doing.
share everything. You can try a lot more things than just those.
Oh, for sure. No, I mean, that's been our plan. Like, so we're scouting out restaurants. Like, where can we eat the most? Like Indian food. I'm doing this in the name of research, y'all. Like, just kidding. So we're both really, really excited. I think we're gonna go get a massage and then go just gorge on Indian food. It's gonna be amazing. So anyway, that was really food. That was just a really fun tidbit from last week. And then I got Sushmita all to myself for 30 minutes. It was the best.
Yes, except Shaurya was like crying at the top of his lungs.
She was such a hero. She's like carrying her bouncing child around the room so that we can talk, and he was just tired. You could see it in his eyes. He was tired. And now you're here on vacation, Sushmita. Way to
Yes.
go.
Yes, I'm excited. I mean, I really want to go wine tasting, but we might do it today. We see. But we just kind of enjoyed just being by the lake. It was really pretty. My
Yeah.
kids are just like so full of energy. They have like more energy on this vacation. Thanks a lot.
You think it's not possible, and then you take them on vacation, and you're like, "Who are you?" Like, jeez.
And we just eating, they're eating so much. I guess they have more energy. It's fun. And I hope you enjoy your spring break next week as well.
Yeah. So my kids have spring break next week, and we are driving to my mom's house in Idaho, and I am relinquishing my role as main parent for 5 days. I'm like, hey, I don't know, go ask grandma. Like, oh, I'm sorry that your sister smacked you. Go ask grandma.
That's what
Yeah.
grandmas are for.
So excited. I'm so excited. My mom even like, I got this text message. My mom had booked me a massage. I was like, oh, sweet lady. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So yeah, my mom's like, all right. So I'm just gonna drop the kids off and be like, see you in a couple days, and just go hide in her basement or something. I don't know. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I'm super excited. So yeah, it'll be fun. And then my kids actually get out of school like in like 6 weeks or something. So now I have to figure out how I'm gonna write books while they're home. If anyone wants to come take my kids for the summer, let me know. Anyway, well, who wants a discount code, or is anyone planning on buying anything on the website that they would like a discount code for this week, and we can just make one for you?
We had Carol last week.
It was like
Where's Carol?
busting.
Oh, you know what? She had work
Carol?
yesterday. I wonder if she's working again today.
She emailed me yesterday. Yeah, she'd had a pretty bad day yesterday. Oh my gosh, you guys, how do we know this? Carol had a pretty bad day yesterday, but she was excited about the stickers. The sticker form went out. Anyone who is on trivia or one of the launch teams, if you haven't got the email with the sticker form for Vivit, where you can either get a bookmark or a sticker, just shoot me an email and let me know, and I'll send you the link, because I'm starting to push the Vivit stickers and the bookmark out. I don't even know who the winner is for the, like, I don't know how many people have gotten bookmarks over stickers, but if you haven't got that email and you participated in trivia or in the launch team, email me and let me know, and I'll shoot you the link.
I did get the Rise of the Demigods sticker, and then this morning I had the email about the Vivit.
Did anyone have like Carol, a woman named Carolyn emailed me back and said that she had to pay 30 cents to get hers because like the machines won't sort those small envelopes, so they have to hand process them, and it increases the charge by 30 cents. And I was like, no one else has said anything. And I handed this ginormous stack of envelopes to the guy at the post office, and he didn't say a word. Like, she's
I
like,
didn't have
well,
any.
a lot of the time the postal
Nothing.
carriers will pay the 30 cents as they deliver it. And so I just did, because she works at the post office. So I don't know if she just sort of did it as like I know the rules, whatever. And then they like letters were just delivered anyway. But I was like, yeah, no one said a word to me.
No,
Yeah,
I didn't
the
have
only
any problem.
place I would see that come up is maybe if you're shipping outside of the continental United States, but Louise would have said something.
Right. Well, and like she said, the envelopes are too small to go through the sorters. And so they had to do by hand. I don't know. But she said so I don't know if she just chose to pay it because her ethics are on point, or I don't know. I was like, no one has said anything. I'm just gonna keep doing it. So
I didn't
I
have
didn't have
any
problems with
problem.
mine.
okay.
Came right in.
Okay.
So about the coupon code, last week I had written it down because I was inspired by Louise having the list, and I knew we had the list. So I was telling her on the chat that I'd literally gone in and categorized, because remember we talked about that a couple of times ago. And then I thought, well, I'm doing that. I'm going to make an Excel spreadsheet based on everything. And then it's like, I have a column. Do I have this? Have I read it?
You missed
So
that,
I need
Catherine.
to
We
go
talked
through,
about that
now that
earlier.
I've got the spreadsheet, I need to go through and like tick off
so that I know what I'm missing. And then I'm going to come back and ask you for a coupon code. So
Okay. Well, you can email me anytime and just say, hey,
Yes.
Katie, I'm buying a
yeah,
bunch of
but
ebooks.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that.
I'm not ready. So would you be willing to duplicate that spreadsheet and share it with me?
Sure.
Because
I
I have a
happy
lot
to.
of I have a lot of people. I mean, we have a lot of books.
Because what happened was it's great to have the reading order and the links on the page, but it's really not helpful if you're the avid person trying to collect and read them all.
Yes.
You need a spreadsheet. So you might be able to take it, upload it to Google Docs or something,
Yeah, that's
and
what
just
I'm
give people a link and they can download it for themselves.
That's exactly what I want to do. Yeah, because I
Okay,
have,
yeah, I'm happy to send it to you because
Oh, thank
I'm
you.
like,
Well, then
now that I've
Carol
done this,
Carol's
and then we
buying
could
all
just
of them.
add to it.
Yes, exactly. So we can just kind of have it as a rolling thing. I mean, I just dealt with some emails today where people are like, I'm sorry, I can't keep track. I'm like, I know, there's a lot of books here. So I've just been like going into people's accounts because there's no way for you to look it up, unfortunately, unless we started doing like you like create an account at my store, but that's such a huge mess. It's not worth it. So
Well,
I've just been
and I
going
had
and
bought
looking for
some
order.
on Amazon, right? I had
Oh,
had some
okay.
on Amazon, and then I started buying from your site. So, it wasn't like I could even go into Amazon and try and give me the list.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. That would be great and so appreciated. I'll make sure that you have credit for origination too, because that's such a brilliant idea. And I
No
think
worries. You don't
a
even
lot
have
of
to
my-
give you credit. I think everybody would, who wants to do it would go, oh, yay, I don't have to do
Yes,
it
because
myself.
Catherine, this is my this is my spreadsheet.
Well,
No,
and-
I literally put it in Excel. So it has
Brilliant.
like the series column, and then it has the title, and then it has what we call it. So it's like book one of the,
Oh,
so even though
cool.
the series is over here, because the issue was you have the 1.5s and the novella, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we call it something else other than the series.
Yeah,
And so then I have my, do I have it? Have I read it?
that's awesome.
columns.
I might
Yeah.
tweak it a little because I have some ideas.
Yeah.
I had someone email in, I'm not sure who it was. I just thought this was the sweetest thing. When I messaged her without thinking, I used the acronym for the book. So within the company, whenever any of us are messaging on Telegram about a book, we just use like the first letter of each word in the title. So Rise of the Demigods is
Yeah, yeah.
ROD. So I try not to do that to
We should put a
readers.
column in there then.
Right. So I'm going to put a column with acronyms because sometimes when I message readers, I try hard to like write the title out, but I forget. But one sweet reader was like, it made me feel like I'm part of your team when you did that. Thank you so much. I was like, oh, that's so sweet.
Maybe.
But I thought that was so sweet. So then I
Why are-
had the acronyms in case people wanted them, Oh,
Perfect.
thank you so much.
Katie,
Yeah.
Katie, I just want to say something. Over the years through my life of finding books that I like and authors, and then getting to the end of it, and it's like, when's the next?
Yeah.
And waiting 2 years. And the same with movies. If I don't know it's not a full cycle, and I get to the end of the movie and I'm like furious because I have to wait. So
Mhm.
I don't go to the first one. If I know there's going to be sequels and stuff, I wait till they're all available.
Yeah.
I want it all. And this is one thing I love so much about you. You're just getting them out there and getting them out there. And it's like, yay. And it's like, for the first time in my life, it feels like I can't keep up with everything that's coming at me. And I'm so excited.
Oh,
I
I'm
just
so
love
happy to
it.
hear
Thank
that.
you so much, so much.
Oh my gosh, you're so welcome. Also, Debbie's just casually patting this pit
She
bull
was
puppy.
whining.
Oh my gosh.
So
She started
Oh,
whining, so I had to pick her up.
oh, look at that.
Thank you for such kind words, Eve. I'm so happy you like it. It's just so fun. Like it makes it so easy to immerse into Alcara, right? Because
Mhm.
especially these novellas, we're just getting every viewpoint and I can't even
And
tell you how
I
fun-
just started dabbling over while I was waiting for Vivid. I'm sorry. I dabbled over into the coffee
Oh,
books.
good. The coffee.
Yes.
Those are so fun and lighthearted.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They're so
I'm-
fun. Those are the
You
perfect
happy
like
now?
bad
Okay.
day. I just need something light and happy. I still reread the Coffee Shop series. I
Yeah.
think I reread Fighter the most. That's probably my favorite. But Anyway, well, I'm so happy to hear that. That means it's working. That's what I want for all of you. Selfishly, I just don't ever want to stop writing. So
Well,
We don't
we
want you to
support
stop
that.
either.
We support that.
thank you. All of you are amazing that way. Well, Catherine, thank you for that spreadsheet in advance. I will make sure that I share it in the Facebook group, and I'll get it snuck into an email here for people coming up, because I know some people need some help tracking orders and stuff with. I mean, this year has just begun, everyone, right? Like we're just getting into the groove of audiobooks every 2 weeks, a brand new book every first Friday. So we'll all fall into a rhythm as the summer goes on, and you'll get used to it. And by the end of the year, it's just, you'll be so used to it, right? But the easier we can make it, the better. So thank you all for coming. Of course, email me at any time as you get stuff organized, Catherine. And Sushmita, have fun on vacation. Andrea, I want to see pictures of
Thank you.
your greenhouse. Debbie, I hope you come back. It was so good to see you.
Oh, I will. I will dig in more.
Thanks for joining
next
us.
time we meet again.
Fantastic. And
Thank you
Louise,
so much.
whether or not you make it tonight at 2 a.m. in the UK, we'll make sure to have recorded. And if you get tired, just let me know and we'll get discussions going for you. So
Thanks,
thank
everyone.
you
So much.
We'll see you
Thanks,
later. Have
Katie.
a good day.
See you tonight.
Bye.